forehead that came out like a beluga whale.
Yeah,
he was
had that hat.
He was
always put that hat on. It was snapped in the very last fucking. Only had one snap in the back of it.
Hey, this is Matt Cox, and I'm here with John Boziak, and we are answering questions, and basically we're talking about prison freaks. But first, I'd like to mention that this podcast is sponsored by Exter. Exter makes these really cool wallets. They actually make other stuff too, but we got the wallets. Anyway, and they sent me these really cool wallets, and you want to look at these? Like, I don't. What was the one?
Yeah, no, actually, I was looking these. I was messing with these yesterday. Right here is the card.
Right.
And what this does is allows you to actually never lose your wallet again, ever.
Oh yeah.
So you can track your wallet in real time using GPS. These are also the kind of wallets that you pretty much hide all of your debit cards in, and then it's got the little switch on the bottom.
Right. That's it right here. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna show this. I gotta show this. Look.
Pops all your debit cards up, so you have pretty easy access to them.
Did you see that, Colby?
Yeah, I actually really like this wallet.
It's cool as fuck.
Then it's got the other kind of more plush model here. It's got the leather.
Right.
It's got a leather wrap to it. It also has the button on it.
Yeah.
But then it also, you could open it up, and then it's got additional storage here. And I believe this little band here is for if you want to fold some cash.
Well, this could be used
and stick it in there.
This
as well.
one is not plush.
That one's metal. That one's
metal.
More durable.
Yeah, this is more like, this could be used as a weapon.
It can be used as a weapon.
And I feel like it's got a blade, but it's not a blade, but it's to hook onto your cell phone stuff. But still, it's pretty cool. And I
dig them, man.
I like anything that clinks. And
I think these things are extremely well made. They're probably made to, unless, the mechanism inside goes, which it's, it's not springs or it's not, all these moving parts. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, it's just pressurized.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. So, I mean, these wallets could last you an entire lifetime. If you buy one of these, you'll probably never have to get another wallet ever again.
This is what
that's called a billfold.
Yes.
That's an old man's billfold.
I know. And
you're sitting on a brick.
I'm actually going to swap all my stuff over, but I didn't want to swap it over. I was going to swap it over into the leather one.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do it because I wanted to take it out of the box.
Yeah.
But what's cool is, look, when they send it to you, this is what's cool is it's got all these. They have all these things that you can get extra, like $15 off of this. $15. If you order this thing, you get $15 off. If you order something else, you get $5 off. If you get,
it has little QR codes on each card.
So it's got all these like little gifts inside it.
Yeah.
That's how they hook you.
That's how they get
you coming back.
Oh, it's a quality product, and just the unboxing experience for anybody that values that is pretty cool as well.
It's like opening your
you
iPhone.
Get that little woo experience.
Listen, I still got all my every iPhone product I've bought.
You still have the box.
Everything.
Yeah,
I keep
like
the
that
box.
too. I don't know why I do it too.
I had that when I was in the halfway house. I had the not a Galaxy. It was a whatever. It was a cheap phone.
Sure, Samsung.
Yeah, I didn't keep none of that stuff. I threw all that away.
Yeah.
But the Apple stuff you got to keep. Like I'll keep all these boxes. They're super cool. That's.
It's definitely it's a cool product.
Yeah, honestly I think Steve Jobs could have made this. I think this may be Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs didn't really make anything. He just said like, I want to stick all my music in this box, and had somebody else do it. So but still visionary. Super cool. All right. I feel good about this.
Link in description.
Oh yeah. Hey, there's a link in the description and 20% off, and there's a link in the description, and super cool and durable, and check it out. I appreciate it. Thank you.
People ask questions in the comment section, so I'm not sure if these are, how do you say, in order? But
doesn't matter.
So no,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these were like, okay, question after question after question, or these were just pulled individually. But
the problem is doing this like the night before. You don't get a good group of questions. You don't end up getting like 50 of them. You end up getting like 10 or 20, and then you kind of pull from those. So if you give them like a week or something, you'll get some good questions. But what are these?
So let's just start at the top. This one is from Justin Long. Sounds familiar. Justin Long, can you guys go over some of the things fraudsters will do after they successfully SIM swap a victim?
I don't even know what that means.
So, okay, there's a scam out there where the fraudsters basically they get your information and then they clone your SIM card, and then they just reach out to like your service provider and they basically switch all your information over from this SIM to another SIM. And basically what it does is it clones your cell phone. So now they have basically a clone of your cell phone, and they go in and they can change all of your passwords on like, say your emails and whatever. Now, I know a lot of these, there's a really
Can they get to your bank account? Or?
Yeah, unfortunately they can because they have your phone. Everything's verified, through your phone now. So what happens is if you have crypto accounts, I think is the main thing they go after. So if you have any like crypto accounts on your phone, like exchanger services, like me personally, I use crypto.com for all of my trading, and then there's Webull and what's the one, Robinhood. So there's all these various trading platforms that people keep all of their crypto wallets on.
If we had that before, we could get an affiliate link, and every time you said that, we could say, go check out the description, and then we could have
crypto.com. So we're still working on that one. What they do is they go after your crypto and they just transfer your crypto from one wallet to another. And then I actually want to do a whole video on this. I think I'm going to pull up all of the cases and stuff online that I found. But, there were these teenage kids were doing it and they were making millions of dollars. I mean, these kids it showed them, they had videos, these kids in the club, they were all holding out their watches, and they all had $1 million watches on. They were pouring champagne over all their watches. They were driving around in Lamborghinis, and these were like 18, 19-year-old kids just doing fucking SIM swaps and SIM clones. So yeah, I think that's one of the things that they do is they just go after your crypto. I'm sure they go after your banking. They probably go after, like, if you have any mobile payment systems like Cash App or Venmo. I mean, I'm sure they can probably hit those too as well.
Did you watch the crypto? What was it? It's on Netflix. I think it's called The Crypto Billionaire.
Yes.
Or Scam.
It was a husband and wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He dies, and it was all a Ponzi scheme. He wasn't trading at all. I mean, he opened this company. And started trading crypto, or he was investing your crypto for you, and people are buying it, and he wasn't buying anything. He was just blowing the money. It was a total Ponzi scheme.
Right.
And then he ended up dying, and nobody could get to their crypto. But it didn't matter anyway because he had the passwords. But it didn't matter anyway because it was all Ponzi scheme.
Right, yeah.
It was great.
There was another young couple, husband and wife, that were ripping people off for crypto.
This was this is
recently. But I'm thinking what you're talking about is probably a whole different completely thing. But no. So yeah, what do you say? Yeah, the SIM swap. So I think that's basically what it is. They just go after your financials.
I want to say, is it on Netflix? I got it. Bro, you have to watch this. You'd love this too.
I'll check it out.
You'd love. Oh, here it is. Oh, Trust No One: The Hunt for the Crypto King. Bro, it's here. Look, it's.
I'll check it out.
You've got to watch this. I don't know anything about crypto, and it's amazing.
I'll check it out.
And what's great is like what a scam. It's just a base. It's like a super hip current version of the Ponzi scheme. Anyway, but that's what it reminded me of when you said the crypto.
The crypto. Yeah, that's what they go after. They just want your financials. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question here. It's from LMAO. Congratulations on getting that YouTube username. That's a good one. Oh, can John smoke less weed before the podcast? Dude just chilling with sunglasses on, looking like he's gonna nod off like a heroin addict. My marijuana use, I believe, is integral to my success in life. I firmly believe that, because when I don't have it, I just
do too. Unfortunately.
Are you being facetious, or are you fucking serious?
Facetious. Yeah, you smoke all the time.
Yeah, every day, all day. It keeps me fucking.
But you were all messed up when you got here and didn't have any.
Yeah, you've seen how I am when I don't. It's just I can't even function in life at all. I get real sick. I get stomach pains. I get I throw up throughout the day. I can't sleep at night. I get these crazy insomnia to where I can't sleep maybe 2 or 3 hours.
You don't think that's horrible?
It is. It's bad, but it's like the marijuana itself. It doesn't affect my health or my life in a negative way.
No, I'm not saying
You
that.
know what
I'm
I
just
mean?
saying
So
in
it's like
general, medically,
oh yeah, it's not good.
it's not good to be you're dependent on
No,
it.
yeah, you're absolutely right.
But I mean, people are dependent on all kinds
yeah,
of stuff.
you know, people can't function without their coffee, without their 5-6 cups of coffee.
Let's talk about something else.
You know, so, but yeah, no, you know, I guess maybe I could, you know, try and.
I would hate to see me off coffee, bro. If I went like a day with, if I go 8 or 9 hours, splitting headache, grumpy,
yeah, you know, and I just enjoy smoking pot, and I don't think it's anything that I ever plan on quitting ever. So
it's a valid question.
So yeah, I mean, I could probably smoke a little. Yeah, he said smoke less weed before the podcast. He didn't say not smoke at all.
No, well, that's you have to be reasonable.
Yeah. So you know, we can. I can take that. Yeah, I guess I could smoke a little less weed before the podcast and be a little bit more enthusiastic.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video. And if you're interested in buying a painting from me, my contact information is in the description box. Back to the video.
Who was the most pathetic, disgusting person you have met in jail? You go, because I already know who. I already got one in mind.
God, I hate to pick on Marcus Schrenker.
No, stop it, dude.
Yeah, because he's not the most. He's not the most. I would say. Do you remember? It's hard. Listen, you got to really narrow it down. Look, like one of the Red Bull. You mean you're thinking just disgusting?
Oh, well,
what do you think? Are you thinking like? Listen, what about the guy? Do you remember the guy that had the head with the thing? He was a sex offender and he had the
the beluga.
Beluga.
Yeah.
Looked
beluga.
like a beluga whale.
We called him beluga.
Yeah. He had been in state prison.
Dude, where you were sitting at the table that day and that dude was talking about was trying to make it sound like what he did was all right, and he's saying he was like having his wife fucking send in Elvis shit for him and all this stuff like that, and I just fucking snapped on the dude at the table. I was like, this motherfucker
Listen, the chow hall?
is a child molester, yeah. And then remember the dude that's sitting at the table was like, oh, he's not that bad of a guy. He likes Elvis. Yeah. And me and my wife were having stuff sent in for him. And I'm just like, I just fucking snapped. Like, this motherfucker is a child molester. He has sex with children. That in no way, shape, or form is that all right ever. And I got up from the fucking table and I left. I didn't even finish my food. I was so pissed.
Well, okay, I don't...
You were sitting at the table. You were sitting next to me.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like I'm not talking about the guy.
But he was talking about beluga.
No, I know, but I'm saying beluga would actually argue with you about it. He would say it's no different than homosexuality. He would say, and he would start talking about listen, back when during whatever back in history, it's been very common for successful men to take a small boy as a servant to have sex. Like he would go into this whole thing, and you would be like, and he but he was in Coleman, and there was about 40-50% of the guys that were there had some kind of sex offense, so he could get away with it. Now he went to another prison one time.
They beat his fucking brains in, and they sent him back to Coleman, right?
Yeah. Well, then he came back to Coleman, and he said. And guys would walk up to him and say, hey, you a fucking chomo? He'd go, yes, I am a chomo, and if you touch me, I will tell on you.
Yep.
I mean, immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah, fuck that guy.
He was the weirdest looking fucking guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, I always
want
to kick that guy in his fucking face. You ever that weird ass fucking, he'd be sitting there looking at you like.
With the forehead.
With the forehead.
He had a forehead that came out like a beluga whale.
Yeah, he always had that hat. He always put that hat on. It was snapped in the very last fucking. Only had one snap in the back of it. One snap left.
He had some issues. He had some real issues.
Fuck that guy, man. Fuck that asshole.
And his body was shaped like an S. He had the whole where the stomach came out, and he hunched over, and he would
like he had scoliosis.
He was all messed up.
Fuck that guy.
He was all messed up.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think.
And you're okay. What about what you were saying? So I was saying he's the weirdest guy.
Yeah. Well, it says the most pathetic, disgusting person you have met in jail.
What about the?
There's so many.
What about the wizard? Do you remember the?
Oh
wizard?
yeah, he carried a fucking wand around with him.
He got arrested. He got thrown in the shoe because they caught him. He had drawn a map. He said it was a map. He was playing like Dungeons and Dragons or something with a group of these guys, but he had actually drawn a map where it had cages where you would peek, like it was basically a jail. Mm-hmm. And they threw him in the shoe for like 60 days or something because they said he was drawing. They felt he was drawing a way to turn a house into a dungeon so he could kidnap people when he got out or something, just totally off this chain. And
well, he was a producer. He was filming.
Oh yeah, he was filming. He was
actually making the fucking porn, child porn, and then redistributing it.
Yeah.
He was one of the worst motherfuckers in there.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Yeah, he used to carry around the wand with him in a fucking you know those toothbrush fucking things where you pull your toothbrush in. He had a fucking stick, a wand in there, and they used to let him do magic and shit all around the fucking compound. This place was fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, I know. He was
insane.
He was in my unit.
He was in our unit. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I was there with that dude forever. He was a freak.
Yeah. He used to come up outside the Cracker Box, which, for those of you that don't know, there was 2 TV rooms on our unit in Coleman and in prison. There was one TV room for all the black guys.
No,
and there was no what?
Yeah.
That's Spanish. Okay,
Spanish.
That's right. There was 3. I forgot about that one. So there were 2 smaller TV rooms like side by side, and then on the other side of the unit there was a large TV room with, I don't know, 6 or 7 TVs in it, but you had to use your headphones to listen to the TV.
Yeah.
And that's where all the black guys hung out because they put the Sports Center on and the fucking Jerry Springer and all the other shit.
And there were so many of them.
Yeah, they were, obviously we were outnumbered.
Yeah.
So then they had a smaller Spanish TV room where it was because they want the fucking the Telemundo because habla no fucking inglés up in there mostly. So they needed their Spanish TV, which nobody else argued was like, give them their own fucking TV room so we don't have to listen to that bullshit. And then there was the other smaller TV room, which was called the Cracker Box.
Yeah.
Because it was all the white guys used to hang out in there. And I remember and a couple Spanish guys too, but
I was gonna say like
there was Spanish and black guys.
It sounds like here's the thing that makes it sound like it was super like it was segregated, but it really wasn't.
Because there were Spanish guys in there with us watching TV, and black guys would come in and
black
watch
guy might
movies.
come in and see something. He'd come in, sit down, and everybody sit down. No, there's no problem.
Yeah, it wasn't like you got to get out.
Yeah, no, that was
you got to get out.
Remember Kitty King?
Yeah,
Kitty King would when new guys got there, if a new white guy got there, he would the white guy would eventually wander into the because when somebody got there, pretty much typically you don't even talk to the guy right away.
Yeah.
And eventually, after a day or two, especially if you know something's up, you could tell something ain't right about this dude.
Always.
They would eventually walk into the Cracker Box, and Kenny King was this white guy that was in there. Kenny King would look over at the guy and go, I said this to that heel, listen, I don't know what you're here for, but if you here for looking at pictures of little kids or touching little kids, you can't be in here.
Yeah.
And they would always go, oh no, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. And then they'd sit there for a minute and they'd kind of glance around and then they'd eventually just get up and walk out.
Yeah, they'd slowly back out towards the door.
Yeah.
And you would never see them in there again. But no, the wizard used to come and he used to stand outside because there was the glass windows.
Yeah.
He used to stand outside the windows and watch the TV. And little Pooga used to go up and go bam on the glass like that and go out, go.
wouldn't even let him stand in the hallway.
Go. Wouldn't even let that motherfucker look in the glass.
God.
Good times.
Look. Hey, sorry for interrupting the video, but I want to let you guys know that if you join my Patreon at the top tier, every single month you get a different painting, and the contact information for my Patreon page is in the description. Back to the video.
Can you tell us about your episode in the Inside the Mind of a Con Artist? Also, from the other con artists that appear, which one of you think is the who came with the most clever idea? I don't hold on, I'm gonna have to reread that. Which one of you think
Which one of us thinks
I don't understand.
that we came that the whatever who
had the best I don't
the
get
best
it.
idea?
Besides you, of course, Mr. I have a fine arts degree, bro. Big fan. So who had the better idea? Who had came up with the most clever idea? Well,
Is this from-
obviously
This
isn't worded.
Is this from you and I, or is this about the con artist thing that I was?
Well, there was a two-part question. The first part was they wants to tell us about the inside of the mind of a con artist. Wants you to talk about it a little bit, and then the second part was also from the other con artists that appear. Which one do you think is I don't know. I think they're asking you which con artists
out of all the con artists was the best out of the show.
Yes, who had the most clever idea? I think that's what they're trying to get at here.
Well, first, I haven't watched all the shows.
Maybe you should just you guys just proofread these things. Just give it a once over. Just a once over. If it doesn't look right, that means there's probably something's out of place.
So, I mean, you know, I didn't watch all the funny thing is I didn't watch all the con artists, all of those episodes. But before I even, like, when they contacted me to do it, right? So one, I flew to Amsterdam to do it. And two, when they contacted me and we got on a Zoom call with me and the producers, I was sitting there and they were like, yeah, we're doing like one guy initially it was this. They were doing one guy from Germany, a guy from like the UK, a guy from France, a guy from America. And when they in America, I was the guy they chose to do from America. Turns out that they ended up getting another guy, also I think from America, but he actually was from somewhere in Europe. He just happens to be in the United States. He's like the polka king or something. So, but I remember the first thing I said was Christopher Rotencore. And because I knew about him before I ever went on the run, before I ever did anything. I'd watched a video where he was good friends with Mickey Rourke. He had gone to the Hamptons, convinced all these people that he was a Rockefeller, and you know, and they just took people were just handing him money left and right. Stole several $1 million. Then he eventually got caught. I think he went to jail in Canada, I think. Anyway, really interesting guy, interesting story, but his scam isn't interesting. I mean, to me, it's like, here's the problem is like just blatantly lying to somebody, saying, hey, man, I can take your money and do this with it and that with it and this with it. Like anybody can lie to someone and get them. If you speak well and you look like you have money.
Yeah, if you're well put together, you're clean cut. People, they don't even question it.
No, they'll hand you the money.
Yeah, they will hand you their fucking money.
What I did like was that he had people convinced he was a Rockefeller. I mean, that's like, wow. that's over the top. Like, awesome. you know. I don't really know what the other guy's scams were. Well, no, I do. I do know the one guy. They made that movie, The Imposter, about him. The guy who pretended to be somebody's a missing child in the United States. I think he got caught in like France.
Oh yeah.
And they flew him over here, and he lived with the family and everything.
The people were like, they wanted to accept it so bad.
They kind of accepted him in the family, even though this kid, this is a grown man.
But isn't that because they killed their fucking...
he thinks. Now, they didn't prove that, but they allude to, in the movie, they allude to the fact that, hey, they may have accepted him because they didn't want to say, we know it's not him because we killed our son.
Oh my God, he's back.
Right.
Now we're fucking good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what his that's what they
and he showed up not speaking any English.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck's going on? Who's believing English?
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, Great. So that way, but you don't understand, he's done it. But
people are insane.
He's done it since then.
Again?
He went to jail and did it again. Wow. He's done it multiple times. This isn't like he's done it like 3 times.
It's hilarious.
So, you know, these guys have mental, you know, problems. Like the other guys I don't know about, but most of the con men that they picked were unrepentant, and they were basically guys that just blatantly lied to people to get money. I mean, that's what they did. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm any better than them. I mean, we're all scumbags. So I didn't really watch them, but I know most of their stories, and I don't think any of them were all that ingenious. I genuinely think but like between you and I, like, you know, that's the thing, because you know the option, like I had mentioned you to them, but you know we got the other thing going on. So here's the thing that, you know, to me, the counterfeiting credit cards and selling them on the internet and just putting a package in the mail, that's extremely safe. You know, to me, that's a smart scam.
That's what I thought.
Right. Yeah. But you know, in general, like that, like if I were to ever do something again, it would definitely, I haven't laid in bed and thought about it. But definitely it would I would not pull off the same scam I pulled off before, or if I did, I would alter it in such a way that I was distanced from it, through the internet, through proxies, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just weren't great. Look, most con men are just they're just liars. They just lie to people to get their money. There's no skill involved in that.
And a lot of a lot of the good ones, it's just somebody who took advantage of some kind of situation that they were in. You know, they're not a fucking criminal genius. You know, somebody just overlooked something and they figured it out. You know what I mean? Like I said, they just, you know, they say they work for a company and they figured out some loophole in the payroll system where they can cheat it.
Yeah, there's something called...
This guy's not a fucking smart guy, you know what I mean? He just is taking advantage.
Well, a lot of times the guys with the Ponzi schemes, people are like, oh, he's a con man. Yeah, but usually they're not initially con men. Like what happens is there are three things that there's something called it's called the ethical triangle or fraud triangle, where one, you have to have access.
Yep.
Two, you have to have a need.
Exactly.
And three, you have to have something else. But you have to, there's a certain thing that happens that you have to have all three of these things before the average person will actually commit fraud. And the thing about like most Ponzi schemes and stuff is a lot of people will go, oh, he's a con man. Well, Madoff didn't start off as a con man. He was doing it in his own name. Like if I was going to run a Ponzi scheme, I would run it like some kind of a crypto Ponzi scheme, and I do it all because you could do everything. They never meet you. You never see anything. They never meet you. You could do it all online.
Yeah.
You could run a Ponzi scheme, a reasonable Ponzi scheme through crypto for years, take off with hundreds of millions of dollars if you did it right, and just disappear. I certainly wouldn't do it in my own name.
Right.
I mean, if you were going to do something like that. So, what I hear, it's what I hear.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Oh, exactly. Hey, I appreciate you watching, and if you like the video, do me a favor and subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notifications about videos like this. Leave me a comment in the comment section. I try and respond to as many of the comments as possible, unless they're just ridiculous. And share the video with any of your friends and family, and I appreciate it, and make sure you watch all the commercials. See ya!